Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. Right now, I'm going to be doing a ClairTarot reading for Cancer. We're moving on from the fire signs to the water signs. So Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Also for your cross watchers, we're getting you guys some cards to get you guidance for the second half of July. As I've said before, Soul does not do Gregorian calendars or linear time, so this can be applicable at any point in your journey. If it resonates, it's probably applicable. All right. All right. So it's looking here as though card number 7, Legacy of Light. You're still seeing things from a lower dimensional point of view. There's a lot of hurt that you've experienced. And just like when children get hurt, and I don't say this or mean this in a derogatory way, it's just you have that innocence of pure childhood about you. When you get hurt, you don't understand it, and it kind of makes you go into your shell. And that's what's been going on for a prolonged period. And so there are parts of you that you've begun to wall off. Those parts need to come back out, okay? Whatever it is that makes you feel so unsafe that you have to wall yourself up, you have to remove yourself from that. If it's a circumstance, if it's a work environment, if it's a friendship, if it's a relationship, if it's a living situation, you have to remove yourself from that. Sometimes you have to do it physically, like leave the circumstance, the location, whatever. Or sometimes you have to do it emotionally and mentally, where you allow yourself to detach from that circumstance. Don't be so caught up in it that it's obscuring your view. If you're so zoomed into something, it's harder for you to see what's actually going on, okay? I'm cold because someone turned on the motherfucking AC. Heaven forbid. Heaven forbid I not be cold for once in my life. All right, card number 21, Beyond the Mind, the Heart Beats. Cancer. You're going through a really rough ascension process, okay? The past few months, actually this whole year basically, has been an ascension process that's kind of just been stuck. At some point, you're going to unstuck yourself, okay? This tells me that you're blinding yourself from the truth. There's a twin circumstance that's going to be coming in. Okay, it's going to affect you. I don't know. Well, that's weird, though. That's weird. I'm going to have to pull more cards to clarify this one card. Because usually when I pull this card, it tells me that your twin is coming into the picture. But for some reason, I wanted to say, I don't think it's your twin. Oh, where's the cards? Here it is. Here. Oh, shit. Okay. All right, let me just lay this out. Okay. Cancer, you have the Chariot. I think you already know that you need to move away from this, okay? Whatever this is, whether it be an individual or, again, you know, a circumstance, you're moving away from it. Mentally, emotionally, you're kind of separating yourself at this point. So this is about failure, sudden collapse of plans, unrealistic plans. I think you're entering that phase of your journey. Okay, instead of just holding on and holding on and holding on and then allowing yourself to be hurt and hurt and hurt, it seems like you're now kind of willing to sit quietly and see what the hell is actually going on. Okay, so maybe that's you not blinding yourself. Maybe you see exactly what's going on, and this is you taking a moment to pause and reconsider how you fit into this. Because you got the Chariot card to further explain that one. And then you also have the Confucius card. Hold on. In reverse. Disappointment, failure to face facts, indecision, divorce, procrastination, theft, alienation of affections. See, with the Chariot card, you're moving away or they're moving away, separation. It could be physical separation. It could be an emotional separation. For some of you, this has to do with a relationship that's faltering, about to fail. For others of you, it has more to do with you separating yourself from something you've really invested in that you know is just not worth your time. This could be a work thing. It could be not a romantic interaction with someone else, but like a family or friendship that you know this is just not healthy for you and you need to just kind of be done with that. And then you also have the Queen of Coins. And this is about prosperity and well-being, generosity, security, liberty, grace, dignity. So maybe at this point you're wanting and needing, acknowledging that you're needing to liberate yourself from this, that you're wanting to return back to your state of grace. Look at the Phoenix. You're like a phoenix rising from her ashes. What? I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, then you have the Nine of Cups. Success, advantage, well-being, abundance, good health, difficulties surmounted. So Phoenix rising from her ashes. You're going to get through this, Cancer, but you might need to pull your pinchers out. You might need to get ready to pinch back. Card number 10, releasing allegiances. You're releasing it. You're letting it go. You've realized you've pledged allegiance to something that it's not working out for you. It's definitely not working out for you. What in the hell? What are all these cards? Okay. Let me just put them all right there. They just fell out. Calm down, girl. Calm down. They just fell out. Okay. Let's get you guys more cards. Okay. More cards. Unfortunately, I see, know, and hear all. It was never always about just me. There's a whole universe to wake up and bring together as me. Yes and no. Yes and no. Not to correct you, but just to share my own personal thoughts on that. It's not our job to wake anything up. And it's time we recognize all of us are in varying states of awake. Many of us are simply faking sleep because we don't want to get out of bed yet. We don't want to do the work yet. And so to say we have to wake people up, I don't know about that. I can't say that I agree. And then to bring together as one that very low-key subscribes to the notion, this paradigm that we exist within is a paradigm of separation that empowers that false reality. When you say you have to bring together, it's basically an agreeance, a backwards agreeance of the separation. Like, yeah, we're separate. No, it's a perception of individuated experience, but we've never actually been separate. And then that's just my own personal thing. So it goes back to this, like, these are all you, Cancer. All of these different versions are all you right now. They've always been all you. And it's just a matter of where you're willing to allow yourself to anchor your consciousness. Okay? Even if you're in your toddlerhood, you are still this. This is still your essence. Regardless of your growth, your trajectory, or lack thereof, this has always been the truth of you. You don't have to try to be something else. You don't have to attempt to become, awaken, enlighten. We are an enlightened species. We just choose not to remember. Okay? And when it's a choice, when you're making that choice, it doesn't necessarily mean you're no longer that. You're just choosing not to acknowledge what you actually are. So, the key is in your understanding. Allow yourself to connect to your highest self. Higher power, card number 4, with 4 being the number of the self. Allow yourself to rise. Okay? Allow yourself to reconnect with your own divinity so that you can once again gain guidance and clarity for yourself. You have all of the answers that you need already within you. And as you do this, as you open yourself to receive the information from your highest self, you then begin to create a new life for you. Notice how she's coming out of her shell. Cancer, you have to come out of your shell at some point. Come out of your shell. You're not going to forever be the child that was hurt and needing to hide in a shell. Allow that child to come back out, okay? Truth be told, you've been wearing a mask in a gilded cage, whether that cage be a beautiful home or the cage of an intelligent mind. Open the cage door. Be honest with yourself. Card number 14, be honest with yourself. Some of you need that door open so that you can fly. Fly away, fly towards. Who knows? You're just needing to fly at this point. You're needing to exercise your ability, your God-given ability to fly. Fly high, fly low, however it is, just start flying. Let's get you a card from this deck. Okay. Hold on. Let me... This deck totally sticks to itself. Okay. Keeping in theme with the wild, we're going to do one from the Wild Kuan Yin and one from the Bougie Kiki deck. So Cancer, I see you riding that bull. Riding that bullshit. I'm sorry. Oh, I love this. Okay. So this is from the, what deck is this? The Wild Kuan Yin Oracle deck. Moved by the call, wild love of my own soul, I call upon you. I trust in the process of letting go and the wild, loving life calling me to my divine destiny. I trust in my fearless spirit. Look at that. It ain't your first time at the rodeo, riding the buffaloes. And then you have card number 26, Shining Lotus. For that's what you are, a shining lotus. Where does the lotus grow? In the mud. Without the mud, you get no lotus. There are times when it makes sense to be discreet until you find your inner strength so that you feel empowered enough to share your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs without wavering, even in the face of challenge by another. At other times, we benefit ourselves and others by taking a risk and allowing the inner lotus blossom of our true self to shine forth for all to behold. Have you been hiding in the spiritual closet? Sometimes it makes sense to avoid sharing your thoughts and feelings about spiritual beliefs and other personal matters until they are clearer in your own mind. However, there are also times when hiding your deepest truths away from the world will no longer protect you, but actually hold you back from living your divine destiny, shining the lotus light of your own soul, and walking your path in the world. This does not mean that you have to make a grand announcement unless that's what's in your heart. But it does suggest that there is something within you that you could share with another or be more open about in your life more generally. It might be a talk with a loved one about some significant feelings that you've kept to yourself, or beginning to be more open about your beliefs and your abilities. Once you put your energy into the world, you magnetically attract like-minded souls into your life, which will then encourage you to share yourself even more. Don't worry if there are those that seem to be challenged or threatened by your beliefs. They don't have to have the same beliefs as you for and them to be safe and loved and on the spiritual path, which is unique for all of us. You and others can benefit greatly from you staying true to your heart and at the same time being open to the fact that they will have their own truths that may differ to yours. And that's just the way it is. You don't have to convince others or be convinced of anything yourself. All you need to do is listen to your own heart. If there's something that you have been holding within, you are guided to listen to your heart for the right time and the best way to share it. Let the lotus light of your own heart, your own soul, your own inner truths shine openly. Be gentle with yourself and know that you have a right to be here on this planet in your own truth, and that no matter what the response, whether a response of affirmation and love or a response of discomfort, your truth serves the greater good. Trust in the strength of this lotus light shining. It's more powerful than fear or doubt. It will light your way more deeply onto your own spiritual path of peace, purpose, and power. That's gorgeous. I like that. I like that a lot. Bougie Kiki and Wild Kiki are awesome. Let's get you guys a final message from your soul. So, Cancer, it's time for you to be honest with your feelings. Time for you to be honest with the people in your life. Time for you to just be honest, period. You're not a liar. You're just very much in your shell. It's time to come out of your shell. Very much time. Let's see. One more shuffle. Done. Oh. Ooh. All right. Oh, card number 39. Blessing of Zara. Look at this. The light of your truth entering your throat so you can begin communicating. The light of your heart entering your womb so you can give birth to yourself. This is a period of your rebirthing, Cancer. Allow yourself to give birth in a peaceful manner. And sometimes that peaceful manner involves a lot of yelling. A lot of yelling, okay? But to force yourself to stay silent just for the preferences of others, that's a violent act being committed upon a soul. Don't do that to yourself. Let go of thought. Don't take it into your heart. You are naked and thought is like ice. You use thought to seek release from suffering and pain, while thought is the cause of your suffering and pain. The realm of creation is outside the scope of thought, O foolish one. See the opus and behold the beauty. Look in the direction from which the images flow. Set that brook that causes the wheel to turn. I wish to pull that false confection for your mouth. Oh, I know you still, you will open your mouth even wider to scream like the terrible cry of a toddler denied. But the moment you open your mouth wide and draw breath to bemoan the outrageous travesty of your loss, I shall shove my divine finger dripping with nectar into your gaping mouth. I will let you suckle then, surprised and content by the sweetness that surpasses all other sweets. When we are hungry, we reach for what food is available. If we are starving, we may gorge upon that, upon what is before us, only to find ourselves overfed, undernourished, in a most uncomfortable and dissatisfied state. Your soul needs better quality food. It has been detoxing. You have been shedding old thoughts, feelings, pains, and struggles. Memories of the past have been flooding out of your soul like parasites being expunged. And now your soul, thus cleansed, is in need of genuine nourishment to restore it to full radiance and vitality. Love will feed your hungry soul. Nothing less shall suffice. No sweet-talking charmer hell-bent on seducing and moving on will make the grade. No. It has to be nothing less than genuine romancing by the great beloved to feed, comfort, and nurse you into radiance. Only that divine finger dipped in the heavenly honey can be taken in by your soul now. All else will seem as empty junk by comparison. But can we summon the strength to overcome habitual and mindless attempts at feeding on lesser substances? Yes. The great beloved shall storm through the kitchen and with military precision clear out the cupboards, for only the best and finest, most decadent and delicious shall do for you. This oracle comes with special guidance. You're being given a blessing of Zara, of radiance, of brightness. This blessing has a purpose. It's to clear out that which would obstruct your full unfoldment to support the divine jewel of your soul in shining. You are being given an opportunity supported by life, by the earth, by the grace of the divine beloved to shed toxins from your being. These may be physical and they may equally be of emotional, psychic, or psychological origin. They may come from this or another lifetime. If you may understand consciously what is being released, or you may not. If you are sensitive, you may feel symptoms of detoxification at a physical level, even if what you are releasing is emotional or psychological in nature. You're encouraged to complete sacred honoring ritual, to stay adequately hydrated, and to be moderate rather than excessive in your approach. Give your body and mind time to rest and replenish so that blessing can be fully received. Cancer, you're entering a phase of deep healing. And as they say, sometimes the healing is actually more painful than when the wound was first inflicted to begin with. Okay? Give yourself enough patience and compassion. Now is the time for you to choose to love on yourself the way you so generously love on your family. And this goes beyond biological family. I know how cancers are. I have cancer in my chart as well. If you accept them into your circle, if you feel love and genuine friendship for them, they're family to you. And you love on them in such a way that is so unconditional and complete. It's time for you to begin doing that for yourself as well. Okay, you deserve that kind of love. You absolutely do. So begin allowing yourself to receive that kind of love, not just from other people, but from yourself as well. Take care of yourself. Get rest. Nourish your body, your mind, and your soul. It's time for you to begin doing this. Okay, Cancer? So at this point, please do give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe to my channel, turn on that notification bell, and join me every single time I'm live. I'm going to go take a nap. This wore me out. I'm going to take a nap. I love you guys. Bye.